Hi, Sabrina. I just wanted to give you a little bit of feedback on your site. Overall, this is really clean. I do like this introduction. You have everything above the scroll here, and then you get into your projects here. Let's see if I push this. This is a little hard to find here, but in which case you might want a button somewhere that says projects, because otherwise they're going to have to scroll down to get to those. I also wonder, well, that's okay. So here's the biggest thing I found in working through your site. As I go here and we open up, I found that there was a lot of information that you were visually trying to put out there on your website. However, as a first-time user, for usability and functionality and aesthetics, I found that much of the work that you have put into these galleries is a little more than you need, like the flow charts and the storyboards. They really look good in your downloadables, in your original files. They look great, and I think that that's where they belong and should stay. And, let them do that. So what I would suggest is having fewer slides in your gallery, and I would eliminate some of them. This page, I think you may want to left align, but that paragraph. So here, right? This really isn't what your website is for, I think, but this looks great. And if they want to look at this, they're going to be impressed with that. But I don't think they're going to want to see it in a gallery. It's not really a vector graphic, and so it's not very clean. But more than that, it's just not visually as interesting as it is in the actual work, in your actual file. So I would take these off, and I would only use this slider as a way to get their attention to look at it, and then you can ask them to please download it. Here, the instructor guide, same thing. The guide looks great, okay? And that's where that should be. That information should be just like that. Your skills, those could be listed somewhere if they're going to do a search, but I think you already have an interview, so that's really not a deal. But that is my first impression, that you don't need so many pages that are pulled from that download. I just would invite them to download it, and then they will be impressed with that. Same thing with the e-learning. We kind of go through the same thing. These are a little better, but they're not going to spend as much time as you might hope looking at the details. I think an interesting, lovely graphic that invites them to look at the otherwise page is a good idea. The icons here, I would make them a little larger and a little distinct for their topic. Like these two are the same. I would make them a little bigger, and I would find something that is distinctly e-learning and one for instructional systems design. Let's see. We do scroll a bit to get to content here. I just think most of this can be above the scroll with a couple of downloads, with a download of that material you want to show. Let's not get them deep into a lot of things. Chances are they won't be tempted to look at it. So the main thing here is to make it visually inviting, so they will. So this, I think, can be dismissed. Even the storyboards, all of that. This is good. You know, if we got into just like this right away, or like this right away, and you had your statement down here, but this is fine, just like this. All right. And then if they want to see storyboards and things, that's you know, a download. That's not something they really want to see. They're going to assume that you have a script when you made this. This, I went to the site. Fortunately, you do have it open in a new window. That's great. The thing that mattered most to me was the art therapy. I would bring this in a little bit, a little more padding here, or margin. Maybe this is a little bigger, but I think, and make sure this font matches. I would not send them to this site. I would only have the one site, honestly. You know, if they ask for more, that would be okay. But the art therapy, that seems to make sense with what you're doing here. And that's okay. You know, when they want, you've already put instructional systems design and e-learning well ahead, so you can, you know, afford to have something that just looks nice and is what you're interested in. So if you wanted to make, I don't really like drop-down menus, but if you wanted to, see, I wouldn't have this here at all. You can have a link to the storyboards if you want, like under here. But I do like the that one page. I do like this. Okay, what is art therapy? That could go here. And you could have a link to this page, but it's really, you know, it has its own layout issues that need to be updated. You know, one video here would probably be enough. Yeah. Something should be here, for example. So I think you have a lot more work to do on this, and I'm not sure it's necessary, but I do like that therapy page. So just make sure you do it in this font, you know, like this, and you could put that under here. All right. They're going to see, because you've built this website, they're going to see what your web building skills are going to be. All right. So that's what I would do. I would take the storyboards and things out. They slow your site down. Take these out. Take those out. You can have links for those. And take all of that out. Okay. You can have links, and you can have an introduction and some sort of enticing image here. Maybe even, you know, perhaps you could even put that there instead. Okay, as an example, you know, here. Not for your ICANN, that can be something. But this, make it a downloadable. I like this, you know. It's possible that that page image could go here, and this could go smaller as a logo, right? ICANN Excel, and then that image that you have or something, because there's a lot of white space here. And then instructional materials, have that as a downloadable link. Okay, all of this. Okay, those who are interested will look at it, and if they like your site, then they'll go further. Okay, so that's really the biggies on this, and it's really not uncommon. It's really hard to showcase everything you're capable of, and you know, we always want to try and do that. But rather than being tempted to do that, I would just make your pages nice and clean and provide those downloads, because those downloads are laid out perfectly. All right? Good job and good luck to you.